Hi everyone, it's Simon, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, I would say most of you like the idea of lifelong learning and building further success and happiness in your life. And that's why we need to talk about journaling. A daily journaling practice has been proven by Harvard, Cambridge and Stanford University studies to dramatically increase people's performance at work, their learning retention when studying, improve well-being after stressful or traumatic events, even improve your speaking and communication skills. The problem is, many of us find it just too hard to keep the habit, don't know how to do it well, and just, often get stuck on that blank page without knowing the right tools or techniques to actually make it effective. So in this video, I'll reveal why you need to take journaling more seriously and give you all the simple tools and approaches you need to benefit from its life-changing power. I'll also show you some concrete examples of prompted journal sequences that you can try today in my updated Stoic Journal template in Notion. And if you like the look of it, you can even download it at bettercreating.com/Notion Essentials right now. But first, let me show you why we all need to listen to those high achievers who swear by daily journaling. As with any important thing in life, I think we just have to know our why to truly commit to making it happen and to actually value it. It's not a simple coincidence that a high percentage of the world's most successful and influential people keep a journal. And I think if most of us realised quite how positive the impact of journaling can be on our lives, more of us would do it. This is why I think you should be journaling daily. According to this study conducted by Harvard Business School, participants who journaled at the end of the day had a 25% increase in performance when compared with a control group who did not journal. As the researchers concluded, our results reveal reflection to be a powerful mechanism behind learning, confirming the words of American philosopher and psychologist and educational reformer John Dewey: "We do not learn by experience, we learn from reflecting on experience." In a second study by Cambridge University, they found that journaling helps improve your well-being after some really stressful events. Participants asked to write about such events for 15 to 20 minutes resulted in improvement in both physical and psychological health. And the third amazing example is about communication. A Stanford University study found the critical relationship between writing and speaking. Writing reflects clear thinking and in turn, clear communication. When I got all of this information, I was convinced. I've since tried to dedicate and devote 20 minutes a day to doing it, 10 minutes in the morning before breakfast and 10 in the evening or at the end of work. The question is, do you do it? Could you do it? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments how you find the act of journaling, because let's be honest, it's not easy to keep it up. That's why you need to consider a simple problem first: friction. We'll look at some ancient journaling strategies that can unlock your writing in a little bit, but first, you'll want to choose carefully how and where you like to journal, because the right tool will dramatically remove the friction to starting and improve your ability to commit and be consistent. There are a bunch of tools and journaling options available, and I would always suggest you choose the one that makes it easiest for you to sit down and actually commit. As I see it, here are the 4 main options you could choose from, and why I think the 4th is my personal go-to option. So the first one is paper and pen. For many of us, this is still the favorite option, and the power of actually writing, putting pen to paper, is hard to beat. For many, it has that better connected feel than typing and allows you to be more personal. And I'd always go for a planner, something like this one page per day, but if possible, find one without a date so you have that flexibility. The negative of paper books, well, in 2024, I think the option of a digital journal is far more valuable, particularly for creative people, since you can search for what you wrote and just re-find your ideas. So a digital notebook app like GoodNotes on an iPad is a great next step or middle ground option to keep the pen and paper feel, but combine it with that downloadable, searchable function. So you might want to do this: download or personally create a PDF template page to write on, and you'll have a great setup. In fact, I use this first for my yearly reflection and goal setting exercise. You can in fact also download that 45-page prompted workbook that I made for myself in the description for a few bucks if you'd like to try it out and set better goals. So the third option is specialist journaling apps. They are a natural next option, and the advantage is that the UI of these apps has been designed to make it super easy to guide you through an intuitive process, and the bonus is they'll be really well researched. The negative, you are locked into the app, and personally I prefer to create my own setup in Notion that is tailored to me, and then it links with the rest of my resources. More on that in the moment, but here are my 3 favourite dedicated journaling apps for something like an iPad. Day One, it's a great app for exploring your ideas and daily journaling, and it offers a surprising amount of functionality within the basic free account. There's Zen Journal, one, if you want to keep things super simple and remove the complexity, this is the simplest digital journal I've found, and I love this app for its kind of minimal approach to interaction. It's telling that there are no setup guides, and it just keeps it amazingly clear and clean, and uses hashtags to link things. And Stoic, if you want to go further down the route of a more supported and guided approach, setting goals and habits, then this is a beautiful and surprisingly pleasing app, inspired by the Stoics. We'll talk about that later. So number 4 in this list, and my top go-to choice, is using a prompted Notion template. And I use it for 3 fantastic advantages that it offers. Number 1, it can adapt and hone to my needs. So it grows with me, and I can adapt and add new prompted writing templates as I find them. The second thing is friction is massively removed. So it's always with me on my phone. I can jump straight to it on the app, and I can even do things like speech to text using the phone, which is a game changer. And I've recently, which I'm really proud of in my template, is I've added an AI summary property to make sure that it summarizes each entry that I've put in. And the third advantage of a Notion system, it's a database. So you can view it in different ways, like a calendar view to build a consistent chain of entries, really useful for staying consistent. And most excitingly, I can tag entries, custom organize them, and create direct links back to the rest of my work and life in my wider Notion system. Great if you're a creator like me. And this is my latest journaling template. So it's pretty simple really. There's a journaling database that shows you views of your journal entries this month, all entries this week, there's a week view, and you can see a kind of chain of a calendar and so on and so forth, and then a today view. Essentially, if I click over here, here is a list of all of the templates that I've created. The brilliant thing about this is that you can create new templates, set anything as a default, and then what you do is you would click into here and edit the template, and I've created this form which will simply prompt you to write things. And what's really nice is if I want to start a new entry, I can just use this button, and Notion's buttons allow you to set up custom things like, you know, open the new page added in Centerpeak. So for example, I can then click the button to start a new entry. It'll bring up the template page options, and I can just select the one I want to do. Okay, let's say today I wanted to do a weekly reflection. I click that and it fills out the entire system, which is really great. And I can just start to work within the questions and the prompts that I've set myself. Pretty cool. I also love this AI summary tool. I can get it to summarize what's in the document. At the moment, it's just summarizing it's a template, right? And it shows me everything I've done on the current day, and you can just filter views by that, which is really cool. So this is anything that was started today. One of my favorite little tricks on this system is that, for example, let's say that I actually wanted to date this from a previous day. I can jump into it and just manually set the date, move it back a day, and you'll see it's disappeared, and then in the week it will have jumped back to the correct day. So that's it. I've created myself a guide within here, and this is if you wanted to use the template. It will give you a breakdown of how to do things, useful related videos that might help you use it. That's my journaling template. I'm really proud of it, so check it out. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and check out my other Notion content too after this if you want to learn more about how it can be used more widely to organize your life a little better. Cool, you've found the tools, but without the right methods and strategies of how to actually approach the writing, you could easily find yourself staring at a blank page, wondering how this is going to be possibly useful at all, right? But this is what truly changed the game when I discovered it. The ancient art of creating prompted reflections. And believe it or not, this list of journaling templates linked right here goes right back to ancient Rome. Hear me out. Prompted daily journaling can be traced right back to the Stoic philosopher called Marcus Aurelius. Before you ask, that's not Russell Crowe. He was affectionately known and often referred to as the philosopher emperor. He's a famous Stoic philosopher and was also known as the last good emperor of Rome. Now, if you want to learn from the source, many of his journal entries were recovered and curated into a single book called Meditations. But if we simplify his approach to creating prompts that guided him through his reflections, there are a few popular topics and areas that we should be focusing on. Gratitude, for example, reflecting on the value added to your life by the people around you. setting intentions and goals each morning. This helps us focus our time and energy effectively for increased productivity and creativity. Thinking through irrational thoughts rationally to help control negative feelings and thoughts. It can help you reduce passivity, unhappiness, and chaos from your life and cultivate more intentional living. And daily reflections on behavior, actions and events. One of the best ways to make improvements to our effectiveness and happiness is to iteratively change through reflecting on our behavior and thinking of new ways to improve. That's perhaps one that many of us recognize. So to truly get yourself inspired, let me show you a few of my favorite prompted template elements in my Notion setup. So let's take a look at that. Of course, success and gratitude, we talked about that as a subject. This is an example of mine. You can see I've got what is an accomplishment I'm very proud of, why am I proud of it? What can I do to do more things like that? What is one of my most cherished memories and why? Think of an item or possession you want to upgrade. Is your current item functioning well enough? There's loads of examples in here. You can just add to it. Remember, in Notion, that's the joy of it. So I would, again, just go in here, click the button next to it, click edit, and then I could change this as I wanted to, and it would turn back up. My next favourite, something I picked up working in the theatre, is 5-minute creator statements. Now I think this could work for anyone who needs a reflective practice on what they do, how they do it. So here, in my creator statements, I've got things like, I'm great at, I want to, I am fascinated by, I believe, and you just set yourself a timer, say give yourself 2 minutes and just smash through it. Things like I'm inspired by, I want people to experience my work too, I am looking for. A lot of them are quite open and they're things you can answer multiple times in multiple ways, and I find this a brilliant way to beat the blank page and really understand what I'm up to. And let's just have a little look at that AI summary in action again. There you go. Let's see this time, because I've programmed this here in edit property to do a very specific thing, it's actually talking about the stuff I talk about rather than the empty bullet points. Cool, right? And there's my 5-minute creator statements. Let me show you one more, and I think this one is really interesting. There's a ton of stuff in this list. You can do things like write an unsent letter when you just need to say that thing but not send it to the person. I've got a template for reviewing books or films or music that I checked out. This is about my character, but some of these are inspired by Tim Ferriss. Look at this one here, the fear setting entry. Now this one, as it says in the AI summary, is a fear setting entry that provides a 3-step exercise to define and overcome your fears. So it kind of breaks it down. I've given a little explanation and I can say what I'm afraid of, define it, prevent it, repair it, and the benefits and costs. If you want to learn more about that, check out Tim Ferriss's blog. I link it in the template and I'll link it in the description below. So you should now have a set of tools, approaches, and ideas to help you harness the amazing benefits to be gained from a regular journaling practice. But however much we know those benefits, without building the right habits and making the actual time and space to do this stuff, you might always struggle to keep doing it. So watch one of these videos next where I share the strategies and tools that can genuinely help you focus your time in the right place and do more of what you love. Click on my face to subscribe to Better Creating if you haven't yet. Hit that bell notification so you can see the new videos. And of course, drop me a like if you're still here, because why not? I'll see you on the next one. Bye.